Okay, most of you guys may be surprised at this, but we're doing it. Version 3 of the build. We're redoing the whole thing, okay? Some of you guys may recognize this truck that I fully built in the driveway from TikTok or even Instagram. I'm sure a big majority of you guys have seen it, okay? Building something like this definitely takes knowledge, okay? There's a lot of measurements and just angles and whatnot that you just may not realize that are needed for a suspension like this, but it matters. I mean, I even messed up just on a simple thing. I had the freaking rear axle upside down, if you guys remember that. Like, I literally had the whole truck on its own weight, and I realized that the rear axle was upside down. I was devastated. With this truck, it's always been a huge goal of mine to powder coat the frame or even get a full custom frame, and with this version 3, that is something I will be doing, okay? I'm gonna be going all out. So with that, I give you version 3 of the OBS lift. We're gonna be doing full air ride bag kit, or even if I can find someone that can make me a hydraulic kit like the any level, if we can do this to the OBS, I'm 100% down to do that too as well. And you may see the hood stack on the rendering as well. I really want to do a engine swap on it, but with me living in California, I'm not quite sure if it can be done. But if there's a way around it, if that someone knows on how I can do that, please let me know. If I am not able to do a diesel swap, I more than likely will be doing a LS twin turbo setup. That is plan B. I kind of just want to start from the top and work on my way down, but starting from the front, I'm gonna be redoing the grill. This is 3D printed, but I'm not really digging as much because you can see it's fading. Look at this white computer here. It's fading. I would like to get that metal. Probably will be keeping the same headlights just because, I mean, they're the only ones of these made for the OBS. And I will be keeping the truck black. I'm not changing it to white or any other color. I like the black. I'm keeping it black. And I'm going to be repainting it just because this one, I mean, for not even being a year old, it's looked like it has been more than a year. It's toast. I mean, you can't really see in the camera, but there's dots all over here, like the prep wasn't that great. And then I already have it chipping. And if you look at the tailgate, you can see where the door handle was shaved. Right, hang on, let it focus. Right there, you can see it. And then up at the top right there, somewhere right there, I think it's right there, the door is chipping. It's chipping away. Also, the top of my hood, the paint is chipping off. I'm literally just pointing out all my flaws, but also chipping. It needs a new paint job, sadly. Something I was trying to avoid when getting that paint job, because it did cost me a lot of money, but it's just sad that that paint job's not even a year old and it's already looking like that. And I just got it done. My goal when getting this new paint job was to not be redoing it. But, I mean, it is what it is at this point. Definitely gonna be taken to a different guy that knows what they're doing. So now moving on to the back of the truck. I'm gonna be doing the sound system in the back of the bed. I never use the bed. I even made this dirt bike to put in the back of it, but it turns out I don't have hooks to put on to like strap it down. So what I'm gonna be doing is a full custom sound system, just like Stunt 94 has. I'm gonna be doing something ideally like that. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the lights. I think having the lights on the speakers and with the underglow, I think it's gonna make it pop out really well. Moving on to the interior. Now the interior is something that has always been on my list, but I never had enough money to do. But I'm for sure gonna do it this time. I have already did an interior swap on it, as you can tell. But it's just, I want something custom. I want it to match the truck. I would like to be able to open my door and not have people judging based off the way it looks. So when I drive this whole thing, look, it freaking shakes. Okay, it needs to be fixed. I need it redone. I don't know whether to just keep the same dash or just go back to the original one. That's something I will have to figure out eventually. But I want black seats with red stitching or something along those lines. So I'm thinking black doors, panels, black carpet, black seats with just simple red stitching, and we'll be doing some crazy speaker setup. I'm not even gonna have the back seat. I think I'm gonna have a blow through for the speaker. No, who uses the back seat of this thing? No one. It's literally just used for jumbo cables. That's about it. And I want to do the Starlight headliner in this thing. I've always wanted a Starlight in this truck, but for some reason my battery always dies and I can't figure out the problem. I know it has something to do with the lights. But I was able to put the Starlight in my 7.3. Freaking love it. I'm going to be doing it in this truck. And before I move on down to the suspension, like I said, the engine swap, I want one of those mirrors on the hood that looks down at the engine. When the engine's redone, obviously. I can't be having mirrors on this engine. Look. I could have mirrors shining down on the stock engine with all the wire mess. No way. I want to be going to the show, having my hood up, doors open. I want this thing to be all around show, not just the suspension, you know what I'm saying? So moving down to the suspension, like I said, I'm either going to be doing a full custom frame or just powder coating this frame. I'm not 100% sure yet. I've already been talking to a few companies, one of them being Backyard Fab. Custom frames are about $20,000. Okay. I can sell the whole suspension and then just get a custom frame. That's doable. But all I have is a custom frame. I'm not sure on this yet. With the shocks, I'm thinking about doing those carbon bypass airbag one. It's like very big, but they're pretty popular right now on trucks, and I mean, I kind of dig them. I like the airbag setup where you can go up and down. That's about it. But they're freaking huge. I've once said they're like 9 inches in diameter wide, and that's I can't do this with the suspension. That's part of the reason why I want to redo it, just for those. And with it being 9 inches of diameter, it's gonna be hitting my sway bar arm. So like everything will literally have to be redone. So I figured it's just gonna be easier just to redo everything, new axles, everything. Like I'll just sell the suspension. Since we're talking about the axle, if you have seen the Justin or Ford Justin, the Mega Cab F250 looking one, if you have seen his before in person, he has the truss at the top and bottom, and it has 3 overlays. I want to say no, double overlays. That's what it is. I'm gonna be doing that. That thing looks sick. Okay, truss on the top and bottom with the double overlays. I freaking dig it. His are white and stainless steel. I'm gonna be doing black and stainless steel because I'm gonna be keeping the same illusion red. I like this illusion red. It's very bright. It pops out in the sun. I'm keeping with it, sticking with it. I'm keeping it. But I'm gonna be doing the double overlays this time, black and chrome with the illusion red. It's gonna look good. From the rendering, I'm gonna be keeping the same colors. I like the look. I'm keeping the same colors. Just we're gonna be doing a little bit more differently this time with the suspension, and we're gonna be adding more to the truck, like I said, with the audio and interior and engine as well. With all the custom 4-link bars, I'm definitely gonna be doing them again. Never going to round tubes ever again. Custom 4-link bars are the way to go. Lastly, with the wheels in the render, I also have pretty much the same setup, but I'm not 100% sure with it yet. I kind of want to move to 30s, but I know they don't have bogger size for 30-inch wheels, so still a few on that. I know previously I did have the Fury tires on before I got these boggers, and the truck didn't look that bad, but I want to do 30s, but I like the bogger look because it makes it more aggressive. Also, with the wheel setup, I'm definitely going to be going wider. These are the 2-inch spacers on the 28x16s on 16-inch wide tire, I want to say. But I mean, it's pretty wide for it, but I just think I want to go a little bit wider. I think I'm about doing the 5 or 6-inch spacers. I forgot. We're definitely going to be doing the front drive light this time. That is for sure. Only reason why, just so I can take a snowboard. That's about it. I really don't care about the comments section or what people say in person about the whole front driveline thing. That's all I want it for. I just want to take it snowboarding. I just want to get reactions of me taking this thing snowboarding. That's about it. With this version 3 of the build. I'm only gonna be posting it on YouTube. There's gonna be a build series just on YouTube. I will be posting like, you know, little teasers or clips on TikTok and Instagram, but I mostly just want this to be on YouTube. I'm wanting to grow the YouTube channel more and more, just because I know they get paid more on YouTube, and that's what I'm trying to do. So if you're wanting to watch this build series, I'm sorry, for me to try and grow the YouTube channel, this will only be on YouTube, so you better subscribe right now. See, these are the carbon bypass airbag shocks I'm thinking about doing. Like I said, they're freaking big. You could, like, they even have a video of it. If you guys seen this truck in person, it is very freaking tall. He has his polished, which is what I will be doing, but I mean, they're pretty cool. Very expensive though, my god. This is the one I'm looking at, the version 3.0. Let me click on it. So if I do the reservoir style, I would definitely do remote. Look at that. Basically 2,600 per shock. So that's like 10 grand almost. I mean, that's just ridiculous for a shock, and they're just putting a bag on it. But I mean, you gotta pay to play, right? But more than likely, I would be using backyard frab again for the suspension. He has done pretty much everything on this truck, and I will be using them again. We're gonna be doing the DIY 4-link again. I'll be welding them onto the axles and stuff. And then, see, look, this is the truck I'm talking about. So this is the truck I'm talking about when I'm talking about, he has the double overlays. You can see that they are white and chrome, and he has a truss on the top and bottom of his axle. This is basically the look I'm gonna be going for right here, okay? Look how much detail he has under his suspension. Now, if I was him, I would not have done I do have it on mine, but I'm gonna be changing it up this time. He has the tube steering bar and the steering stabilizer steering bar. I'm gonna be doing this time custom on both, just to match with everything else. But for the main part, just imagine this entire lift on there, just in the illusion red, and then instead of white, it'd be black with chrome. So just picture it. But like I said, unless there is some way I can get some type of any level on the truck instead of airbags, because I know the hydraulics go faster up and down than airbags. Unless, look at that, a custom frame on the OBS will look so sick. I want to say I was quoted about 60 grand for the custom frame with all the suspension underneath it. If I were to, which I mean I am, when I'm gonna be selling this as suspension, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be selling from the frame down or just the suspension, but I know for sure I'm not getting anywhere close to 60. No one's gonna be paying for that much. Because probably I'm not even gonna be selling the wheels with it. I'm probably just gonna be selling the suspension and keeping the wheels, because I'm not really sure if I can pull off getting a full sponsor on wheels. I for sure want to go SEMA this year. That's one of the main reasons why I want to rebuild the truck right now, and it's not January yet. So I know I will have a year to get this done if I want to go to SEMA. Wheels are just so expensive, especially 28s or up. It's like 15 grand, wheels and tire. It took me a very long time just to get those wheels. I mean, I paid $8,000 in total for those wheels, $4,000 for the tire, which I was sponsored on, and then I bought the rims all used for $4,000. But yeah, the concept of the truck is mostly gonna be the same, but I mean, the suspension will all be completely different, and I will be having interior and the whole sound system in the back. But for the most part, it will ideally be almost the same in a way. The suspension is for sale, okay? Someone come grab it. No wheels though. I hope you guys are excited for this. I'm very excited. My goal is, like I said, get it done by the end of this year for November. Try to get into SEMA again this year. We're gonna be doing the driveway built version 3. Full air ride or hydraulic, remember, unless there's a way. More likely, those carbon bypass airbag shocks. So, Make sure to subscribe. Like I said, this video build process will only be on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe. Watch the process of it.